your forecast first. Sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Hey, good evening to you. Happy Friday. The weekend is here. Okay, let's look outside, find the weather on this very nice Friday evening, albeit a little bit on the warm side. We've got a mix of sun and clouds, temperatures in the mid to upper 80s. It's almost 90 in Springfield, 88 in Effingham, a little cooler, 84 in Champaign. Through the rest of this evening, there's Neal Street. A little busier out there here on this Friday night. Temperatures in the lower 70s by 11 p.m. Weekend, we're looking good. Next week, tropical impacts for us here. What that means for us, I will explain. So stick around. WCI 3 News starts right
now on WCIA 3 News.
It's been more than a decade since Holly CASSANO was brutally murdered. How the man who did the crime finally received his punishment.
Started with one person standing here on the corner. Now, 4 days later, hear how people of all ages are gathering to confront racism.
We've explored the idea of maybe having an abbreviated type fair.
Many have canceled, but at least one is holding out. Which County Fair is exploring every option to let the show go on.
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
I sentence the defendant, Michael Henslick, to a term of natural life.
It's a day one family has been waiting on for more than 10 years. Michael Henslick, the man convicted of killing a woman in Mahomet, will spend the rest of his life in prison. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini. Henslick killed Holly CASSANO in her home in 2009. He was found guilty in February. Investigators say he stabbed CASSANO more than 50 times. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is live at the Champaign County Courthouse in Urbana tonight. So, Courtney, this is what CASSANO's family was hoping for.
Paul, it is, but they explained that this sentence, as well as the guilty verdict, won't bring CASSANO back. Now, Champaign County State's Attorney Julia Reeds went through the mountain of evidence today against Michael Henslick, and she talked about the blood and semen taken from the scene of Holly CASSANO's home in Mahomet that matched Henslick's DNA. She also talked about his history of drug offenses and violence against women in his life. On top of that, Reeds mentioned the way Henslick showed no remorse for CASSANO's killing and carried on as if he had forgotten about what happened in 2009. The defense mentioned holes in the evidence and Henslick's ties to his family. They also talked about the jobs he's held and his contributions to society. Judge Heidi Ladd explained her choice for the life sentence, saying that Henslick is a danger to the public and shows no remorse. CASSANO's mother, Toni CASSANO, says she's still trying to find peace with what happened.
For the longest time, I have thought about the sentencing and what it would mean. And I'm a very faithful person, and I had to put this in God's hands and let God decide what was best.
One of the most surprising parts of today's sentencing hearing was hearing from Michael Henslick. He gave a long statement saying he didn't kill CASSANO, and his only regret, he said, was not stopping whoever did. He also talked about how he values life and explained some of his plans for the future. And Champaign County State's Attorney Julia Reeds, I spoke with her, and she said this sentence today was a relief. And she says that what Henslick did to CASSANO was the most horrific she's ever seen in her 25 years in law enforcement. Reporting in Urbana, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
Courtney, thanks. CASSANO's mother, Toni, says her family will keep fighting for other families in cases like these. She hopes to create a law called Holly's Law that will force suspects to give DNA samples as soon as they leave the courtroom instead of making an appointment for another time. Philo Road in Urbana was shut down for an hour this morning after shots were fired. Happened around 9:30 at the area of Philo and Silver. Streets were blocked during the investigation. Police say they did find a few bullet casings. No word if any arrests have been made. Here's a follow-up now. Champaign police say 50 businesses were damaged after looters ransacked several locations Sunday afternoon. Nearly 30 people were arrested for various crimes. 16 of those suspects have been released because their bail was paid by the Champaign County Bailout Coalition. 19-year-old Shamar Betts of Champaign was arrested in Mississippi. He was federally indicted for using the internet to incite a riot in Champaign. Police say he used a social media post to call for a riot at Marketplace Mall. A small but growing group of people is protesting George Floyd's killing. They've gathered at the corner of Prairie Street and Route 36 multiple times this week, starting with one person that first day. That's where WCIA3's Jen Lask joins us live tonight. So, Jen, what messages are they working to get across?
Well, Paul, they want to confront racism in its different forms. Now, protesters of all ages came out today, including students and some teachers in the community, and they stood with signs at one of the most visible spots in the area where they hope people who are waiting at the stoplights will be able to safely see and read their messages and honk in response. We even saw an officer earlier stopping to drop off water before continuing on his drive. Now, I spoke with some protesters about what seeing this support today has meant.
I did not expect a turnout like this, especially people I know. My best friend came and I felt, deeply touched.
It's just been really inspiring to see how many people in this community actually are allies to this cause, because a lot of us did not expect the amount of positive reactions that we've gotten.
Some of the youngest protesters there were out here earlier, elementary school students, and this protest just starting to wrap up within the next couple of minutes, but organizers say they plan to schedule more. Live in Tuscola, Jen Lask, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, Jen, thanks. Well, some are calling for the firing of a registered nurse after some comments on Facebook. An employee of OSF in Peoria made what people say is an insensitive comment. The post reads, "If I'm driving down the road with my horse trailer behind me, no matter who you are, if you're in the road protesting, I will run you over. I will not stop. I will not brake. I will not hesitate. I'd rather go to jail than have you injure or scare my horses." Now, that was from an employee at OSF in Peoria. Now, OSF Healthcare is responding in this way. That person who made that comment has been immediately suspended, and a deeper investigation is underway. We have new information tonight about remains found in Vermilion County. The coroner identified the person as 31-year-old Anthony Rausch of Paris. His remains were found in a field in Indianola in April. Investigators identified him using DNA testing. His death is being investigated as a homicide. We now know the name of the man who drowned in a pond on private property south of Allerton. Champaign County coroner says 44-year-old Christopher Pratt died at the scene. Crews were called just after 6:30 last night to a home on 100 North, just east of Broadlands. First responders say they got a call that someone was swimming. People living on the property saw him struggling and called 911. The property owner says Pratt was a friend of the caretaker of that property. Ponds and lakes may seem like a great place to cool off in the summer with public pools closed, but experts in water rescue say there's more danger than meets the eye. There have been 3 drownings across central Illinois this summer. The Corn Belt Fire Protection District suggests people stay out of those bodies of water, even on private property. It says responding to those calls is much more difficult than helping someone in a pool.
If someone is in distress, if they're in that water, you can see them readily, and you just don't have those things when it comes to open waters like ponds and lakes, and especially rivers. Rivers obviously have current. That creates a whole other set of issues.
The fire district says it usually sees a dozen water rescue calls during the summer and has already had 3 so far this year. It also wants to remind people to wear life jackets while on the water in a boat. The Beach Boys signed on to take the stage at the Champaign County Fair, but will there be an event for them to play? Also tonight.
But I think it's important to, take it easy and do what's right.
The IHSA has finally made a decision. We'll take a look at the future for high school sports.
And clouds have increased here tonight. Not expecting any rainfall. It's a Roof and Dog and Bratcher weather camera. A recap of today. 85, 66 degrees for the low. Coming at you, lots of sunshine into the weekend, staying warm, but we'll also talk about the impacts from our tropical system for next week coming up.